Hello everyone who's followed over to group number 2, the Insta360 case. Thanks for joining me today. We're here to find out what you most need to know from this Lake Minnewanka backcountry space. We are on the traditional lands of Treaty 7 territory for the Blackfoot Confederacy, Yahé, Nakota, Tsuut'ina Nations, and Region 3 Métis Nation of Alberta. We are in what's known as Banff National Park, and it's quite something, isn't it? I want to let you know that I'm also going to be creating environmentals from the places that I go to now to create readings. So should you ever want to revisit this space but not have a reading in it, that will be available to you as well. But since you are here for your reading, group number 2, let's get into it. Let's find out what you most need to know from this space. What is the guidance? What is the information? What are we here to see? What I also need to share with you, because I almost forgot, is that I'm an R-rated reader. I will swear, definitely, may talk about sexual subject matter, dark subject matter, heavy emotional subject matter, psychological, etc. So if any of that is problematic to you, this is your chance to change the video now. If you're continuing on with me, please know that this is a general reading and it may not resonate for every single one of you. However, I always encourage you to get one-to-one readings with whatever service provider you prefer, because that's the best way that someone can tap into your energies, okay? If stuff resonates for you, definitely consider it. Know that free will is ultimately your choice, and if things aren't resonating for you, you can hang out in this environment, spill the tea, hear what's going on, or you can, go check out just this environment and listen to it as it is. But we have cards ready for you, group number 2, so let's, oh, excuse me, hiccups, check this out. Rocks under the butt. All right. We're going to get a little bit heavy here, group number 2. So, group number 2, we have the sun reversed under the deck. And I would be asking you if the roots of the messages that are going to come through are about self-esteem issues, self-confidence issues, personal empowerment issues. Okay? We have the 9 of Swords reversed. Now that's actually a really great position for that, because stress and anxiety is being released or you have it under control, etc. But that does mean that there's also lots of anxiety to work with, right? To control or to release or to, process. The Chariot reverse means rocks. That stuff may not be moving forward for you. Maybe at the present moment you are happy with being content with where you are. Everything seems the same. What is it, 9-inch nails? It says every day is exactly the same. I feel like that's very 4 of Cups energy, but it's safe and it's what you know, and maybe you don't want to move on from that, because if you stay in the safe zone, you don't really have to have any anxieties. You may be having a hard time with juggling what you want and what's in front of you. It could be also that you've made your decision and you're sticking with it, kind of thing. We have the Ace of Pentacles reverse, being like, I do not want to go on a new journey. Again, very Chariot reverse. The Lovers, again, with making decisions. Is it about going and pursuing another person, or is it about an opportunity, etc.? Who knows? Only you. But this is about making choices between one thing or the other. And the Fool reverse, again, another card of not going. So why? Why? Group number 2. Why is it that you really don't want to move forward with something? Is it in your best interest? I need to clarify, because there seems to be a lot of lack of radiance with the Sun reverse and a whole bunch of like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, and I have to make decisions, and I'm choosing not to go and not to move forward, and I want to keep the same monotony as I do all the time because it doesn't make me anxious, because it's what I know. Now, that can be fine if that works for you. That's great. But I feel like there's some hesitancy here, like there's something that's being offered to you to explore, to open up to, and you're resisting. So we have the 6 of coins reversed, the 5 of coins reversed, the 5 of swords reversed, the 9 of coins reversed, the 10 of swords reversed. 2 more cards, please. We have temperance reversed. Wowza. And we have the lovers again under the deck. Strength, which is basically the sun card. Fortitude. All right, let's get into it. So, the 6 of Pentacles reversed is normally abundance and prosperity. I have enough to be able to give it away. Like, I am always abundant because I can always have what I need. You know, like Mother Earth is just like making way more than things can consume, except for humans, obviously. But that's another story. So there is an imbalance in your harmony, in your values of prosperity. Maybe you feel like you're holding on too much, and that can come from a fear-based mentality of either afraid of lack or being in a space of, unfortunately, economic lack. And the staying where you are prevents anxiety about having that lack manifest. With the Chariot reversed and the 5 of Pentacles reversed, you're like, you know what? If I don't do anything, I don't have to worry about being depressed. I don't have to worry about being out on the street. I don't have to worry about, like, how I pay my bills, how I put food on the table, all that kind of stuff. If I just keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to be okay in the logistical, physical sense. But is this making you happy? You wrote the question. I mean, it's okay if it does or not. 4 of Cups upright with the 5 of Swords reversed says, again, what I know, what is the monotonous same old, also doesn't bring drama into my life. With the 2 of Pentacles reverse and the 9 of Pentacles reverse, here's where we start to get a little squirrely. Perhaps it's stuff from your past, group number 2, that you felt like you weren't capable of taking care of yourself independently, or that you had to rely on someone else before. And you never want to do that ever again, or feel that way ever again. There may even be patterns and thought creations attached to attachment styles of codependency. It could be really hard for you to juggle and maintain your independence. And so you're trying to choose the thing from the most logical, pragmatic sort of idea. Ace of Pentacles reverse is also the 10 of Swords, and I find that interesting, and I think I'm going to need more clarification on this, because it's like I don't want to go down this pathway, but I can't do this anymore. And yet you're choosing to continue to do this, but we have a phoenix that is like stabbed 10 times and is dying. So, with the Lovers, we have Temperance reversed. Now, again, this could be about having to make choices to change and make things different in your life, career or elsewise. It could also be about the fact that, like, maybe things are imbalanced with a relationship that you have and you don't want to let go of it. You're codependent of it because financially you need it so that you don't feel like you're out on the streets, right? Maybe you're sticking around in some sort of relationship because it's more financially and materialistically stable, even though you may not be happy. Take it only if it resonates for you, okay? Again, the Fool with the Lovers, the Fool reversed. Again, not making decision could be about being with someone or leaving with someone, could also be about job opportunities, but it seems very much that this decision making around either romantic connection or connection otherwise is being avoided. I require guidance for you, group number 2. If they're avoiding making decisions and choosing what is pragmatically safe, what is the advice that group number 2 most needs to know for actioning? We have the Hierophant reverse, which could be about ending contracts, engagements, marriages. It could be divorces, etc. It could be challenging the status quo, going against the grain. And we have the 5 of Cups reversed, which is like, doing so is going to help alleviate your depression. Which, it's hard because obviously we need certain things to survive in this world materialistically as it's created right now. But by learning and discovering what you can live without to embetter your situation, if you need to get away from someone, if that's the case right here, for example, then ultimately you will be able to see the 2 full cups, even though you have less materialism, less stability, etc. And trust me, I have something similar in a different way, like being unemployed due to the pandemic and being able to find that I'm more prosperous, making so much less money a year than when I had a full-time job and coming out of depression. So that can definitely show up where we learn how much we really need in our life. And it's not just about need, it's also about want, desire, or finding creative ways to be able to still do that, right? Or to be able to provide. Finally, we have a judgment. I think you need to be the judge here. It's time for you to really look at the situation, what you feel. Put aside the fucking pragmatism, the logic, the like, well, what am I going to do for this and that, and ha ha ha. What do you feel? Is this good for you? If it's not, it's time to make a judgment call. It's not about, and I'm a very adamant person on this, I don't care if you think that you can't afford to do it. You can. People do it all the time. There are resources, there are family, there are friends, and if all of those things you don't have, and I'm really sorry if that's the case for you, but seriously, people can do it, you can do it. It's all about your personal resiliency and determination, and I'm not saying it's easy. What's easy is sticking in a scenario that's going to basically destroy you even further for the sake of stability, which is imagined, because nothing is secure or stable. It can always change. It can always fall apart. It can always blossom. So, group number 2, some intense messaging there. I'm going to allow us to sit in this space now. Sun has come out. I'll be quiet while I put away my cards and you can enjoy this environment. I appreciate you being here with me for these messages. Remember to check out this environment in a solo, silent kind of experience, should you want that rather than cards. And we'll see you next time, group number 2. Thank you so much.